There's been a lot, and I'm also having like trouble sleeping because a lot of stuff keeps falling in the middle of the night, and I don't know what that's about. If one of you comments I have demons, hey, I'll block you. Realistically, do I need to smudge the place? Probably. Now that I've decorated for Boys Mice, I thought I would do the same thing I did for this summer and like write down and share with you my favorites from this season. I think summer was much better for me. I think that was definitely a life cycle in my life, and this is definitely a death cycle I'm going through, which I, for me at least, I view life in life cycles and death cycles because we're not always blossoming and experiencing life so fully and being connected all the time. Like sometimes there is uncomfortable, dark nights and days. I have to sneeze. No, I don't. So now that the fall decorations are gone, which I didn't really feel like doing because Montreal still doesn't have snow and it's November 28th, and that's crazy. That's insane. I don't know how I need to water that plant. I don't know how that's happened. It just didn't feel like it was time to decorate, but because I leave in a week and a half, I wanted to experience some of my Christmas decorations for a little bit because I don't think I'll be back till January 2nd. Will I be keeping the Christmas decorations up till February? Knowing Montreal winters, yeah. But to honor the passing of the autumnal season, I'd like to share with you things that make it special to me. So as I think I started the summer one, I'm just going to start with activities. Did I start with activities, movies, or books? I don't give a fuck. I'm reading it how I wrote it. So obviously the first one, I love decorating. I love pumpkins. I'm just a white bitch. Fuck it. I love pumpkins and pumpkin spice things. I love putting pumpkins in my fireplace. That is one of the most exciting things I've ever done in my life. Two, it is baking season, especially with pumpkins and apples. If you can find an afternoon, even a rainy autumnal afternoon, and you can read in a cafe, yeah, I'll come. Physically, I will come with you, but then I'll also like have an orgasm. I love going on walks, even throughout my neighborhood or in the mountain in the middle of the city, or just driving like 20 minutes north, doing a hike up there, hiking. If I could camp, I would. Like the concept of making a tea in the morning and going out for a walk or an evening walk and having a tea, or even like a pumpkin spice coffee on a walk, that shit's crazy. Yeah, it's tea season. It's tea season, it's soup season, and it's baking season. Those three things. I think every year I go apple picking. Yeah, and then I always make an apple crumble. Apple picking and an apple crumble. Also, apple skins give me the worst heartburn in the entire world. So the only thing I can make with them is apple crumble or apple pie. I don't like the pie topping, I like the crumble topping. Seasonal scented candles. Yeah, hey, I am white. My culture is stealing things from other cultures and calling them mine and being a colonizer. And pumpkin scented things. That's my culture. I said soup season, I said tea season. I said baking season, but I didn't say it's also bath season again. It is bath season again, ladies and gentlemen. Some people can have baths all throughout the year. I struggle, especially because I don't have air conditioning in this place, that I'm like, if that warm water touches me, I'll like become like my beast form and I'll start like ripping things off the walls in anger. Another thing, I think two things I do every year. This year I kind of did the second. Okay, the first thing I said, it was apple picking, was an activity I always do. And then something I did growing up constantly was go to like haunted houses or like fright nights, I guess. There's one near my hometown called Reaper's Realm, and they have this like really scary bus ride that I miss so much. It's good. I haven't done it in so long because I don't fucking live near there. And my friend brought this up the other day. This was a good one. Judging celebrity costumes, Halloween costumes. My favorite costume, yeah, this is a bold statement. My favorite celebrity costume of all time is when Doja Cat was the girl from Lost City of Atlantis. Hold on, what's her name? What's her name? It's Kita. Kita. When Doja Cat was Kita, that shit's judging celebrity Halloween costumes. Fucking period. Now movies. I'm gonna rapid fire this because I'll probably put the list on screen. Okay. Gilmore Girls, Gossip Girl, Dead Poet Society, Harry Potter Marathon, Twilight Marathon, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Normal People. Period. Practical Magic. That was the first movie I watched. I Want to Be Them. Always. They are still my screensaver right now on my phone. That is the life I want to live. I want to be killing men and casting spells. Hocus Pocus, Monster House, Fantastic Mr. Fox, The Hobbit, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Coraline. I guess also Beetlejuice. I'm gonna put that on there right now. Books. Normal People by Sally Rooney. This was a reread for me this year. I read it 2 days. That book, I am Marianne in all her flaws. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Babel by R.F. Kuang. So good. I sobbed. You want to talk colonization? Oh. Jump scare. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I will never stop recommending this to the day I fucking die. Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood. This was cute. This was cozy and cute. Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. S.T. Gibson writes lyrically in a way, like, I might just be uneducated, but there's this line, I fucking wrote it in my notes. You liked me best when I was an oil painting, perfectly arranged and silent. Oh, how I love being a woman. Salem's Lot by Stephen King, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, In Cold Blood by Truman Capote, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. That's actually, I'm finishing this one tonight. I bought Two Twisted Crowns, haven't read it yet, but this is very atmospheric. I wish I read this in October instead of the end of November. And the magic systems, it's good. It's good. It's not your typical magic system. And then The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And then lastly, video games. Video games because I'm a video game girly at heart. I've always been since I had my N64. And 2 video games that I've been playing every autumn for 3 years now. One of them I think maybe came out 2 years ago. Hogwarts Legacy and Animal Crossing. I love collecting leaves and pine cones and acorns. And then also all the pumpkin decorations. Hogwarts Legacy, I wish once you complete the game, you're kind of stuck in spring, but I forget at what point you're in, like around Halloween time, and it is the most. I think it's like it's the same reason I like a Harry Potter marathon. Do I agree with J.K. Rowling? Fuck that bitch. But sometimes we have to separate the art from the creator. I still struggle with this. And I love rewatching Harry Potter because of especially the first, nope, the third one too. I love rewatching like the Halloween scenes in like the first two, but also, I mean, I love all of them for this time of year. And but then there's like this point in the game. It's like I don't know, it might be around halfway through where you're in the Halloween time and there's pumpkins everywhere and the castle's like decorated and it's basically you are walking through like how the movies look during Halloween. And then you go to Hogsmeade and there's like pumpkins outside everywhere. And then the leaves are just changing color and then you can like fly through the mountains in the Scottish Highlands. It's I'm actually might restart the fucking game just so I can play that part because like that's what's kind of upset me is like time just stays in spring and I can't relive the autumnal time in Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my god. Well, cheers to the end of another autumnal season. It's so gloomy today. I actually need that. Excuse me. Very nice. Can I have this? Last night I realized that I didn't mention music, but I think last time when I did the summer recap, I just linked my playlist. And I also want to bring up that any book, movie, activity, or music recommendations for fall that you have, I would love to know because I like stealing things from other people. This autumn, I have been heavily listening to, well, first of all, the Brat Remix album, obviously, to Noah Kahan's Stick Season Forever. I don't know. I think as a Canadian, when someone's singing about really harsh winters and living in a small town, I'm like, and then the other album I've always pull up every October is Turn Off the Light by Kim Petras. That album goes crazy! This one, hey, I know a lot of people are gonna fucking hate on me for this, but I love Ed Sheeran. Autumn Leaves by Ed Sheeran. That's just crazy. I'll do some refinements on my autumn playlist before I link it. Last video, I said I would answer any questions put on my last video, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, a list of several questions. Okay, first one, how old are you? I'm 27. My birthday is March 11th, 1997. I am a zillennial, as I like to call it. I am stuck directly between a millennial and a Gen Z. I relate heavily to both. A little bit more millennial. And I am a Pisces stellium, and I'm fucking crazy. You mentioned you don't have a good relationship with your parents. Why would happen, if I may ask? Yes, you may ask. I think it's a very common story. At least, I know a lot of people can relate to the story. Basically, my parents are people that just shouldn't have had children. They're just people at the end of the day. And I didn't grow up in that generation. I can't imagine how emotionally unavailable those parents were. And my parents have come a long way from their parents. And they've done a wonderful job with what they have. However, they are very emotionally unavailable. And I'll tell you a couple stories that kind of sums it up. And they are not bad people. I still talk to them. I still look forward to going to my dad's 62nd birthday when I go home in December. But, for example, when I went home in the summer and I went to the funeral right away, and I came back, and this was like this funeral that I went to was a very, very, very tragic passing. So I came home and I was looking for my PJs because I just want to get into bed, and I was sobbing, like still crying and going through my bag. And prior to this, I had taken my bed and pushed it up against the wall because I have these things called night terrors, and they get so bad sometimes. And the only thing that can pull me out of it is if I push my back up against the wall, or if I'm on a couch and I can push my back up against the couch. So that is why I moved the bed up against the wall. My parents are actually trying to sell their house right now. And it was like 10:30 at night, and I'm sobbing, looking for my clothes, and both my parents come in and they start freaking out. And they start saying, fuck, like we should have told you before, like you can't put the bed up against the wall. We're not gonna be able to sell the house. Like we're gonna fucking die here, like blah blah blah, like freaking out. And I'm literally like, someone coming at 10:30 at night to buy the house? I'm so confused. Because they're so emotionally unavailable, it's like lacking that emotional intelligence to read the room. It's because they lack capacity for their own emotions and how to cope with their own emotions. They like disregard others. It's a very common story. That is, I think it's important to remember that emotional neglect is emotional abuse, is abuse. It is. Yeah, and then when they get like eruptive or like into a scary state, then the words come out. And I'm not going to say the things they say because it's not fair to them. I basically, not only did I grow up an only child, but I almost kind of grew up without parents emotionally. Like, they fed me and they kept me dressed somewhat. But yeah, it's just, I deserve more love than that. And that's all they can give me, and that's fine. But I need more. So I have chosen family. I have my friends. I don't know if I touched on that. Like, it's hard. It's such a vast topic that I don't know if I've really given you a solid idea. I hope maybe those that have similar parents will be like, I totally know what you're saying. I can dive into it more if need be, but. And then the third question is, will you be staying in your current apartment? Have a great week, friend. Don't know. I am up for anything. I never plan ahead. So, I don't know. I'm ready to leave when I'm supposed to leave. That's the answer to that question. Next question is favorite season. Favorite season used to be fall 1000% growing up. I think just going back to school and having that excitement, and because I was very, very good at school. I'm pretty much autistic. It's a blessing and a curse. And I think that on top of like Halloween, and then like Halloween parties and decorating, it used to be fall. It's wholeheartedly, it used to be fall. And then I was in band, so I used to do like the Remembrance Day ceremony, and I like the way I got excited to get up in the morning when I got to wear my poppy. That was crazy. Now it's summer. And I think also because there's so much less sunlight here in Montreal than in the fall than where I grew up, that it's now summer. Because there's also more sunlight here in the summer than where I grew up. And there's so much more going on. Favorite movie? Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. That being said, these are my God tiers as well. But if you had a gun to my head, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, specifically because of Aaron Taylor Johnson.
You are perfect. But you're perfect for me.
Three favorite bands. Growing up, it was Fall Out Boy. I literally had a side part and was obsessed with Fall Out Boy and Paramore. Favorite band now? I love solo artists because if I think about Osheaga, I went for SZA, Hozier, and Noah Kahan. Favorite band? Hold on, let me like look at my Spotify. I don't think I have a favorite band really anymore. It's all solo artists. That's crazy. I still love Paramore. And I love Hayley Williams. I'm gonna say Paramore. Fall Out Boy, they will always have a place in my heart. But in terms of Paramore. And then there's a favorite meal of all time. I'm gonna go with my answer that I wrote down from the ages of 5 to 10, which is spaghetti and marinara sauce. Is that true? Yeah, it's that or sushi. Dream vacation. Anything with my girlfriends, I'm learning, because I have traveled a lot. And my favorite travel experience was with Michaela in Paris last May, which is one of my favorite vlogs of all time. So dream vacation is just anything with my girlfriends, anywhere, anytime. And then where do I see myself in 5 years? Pretty much the exact same situation, but hopefully with more connection. Maybe I've written my book. Maybe I've finished my book. More connection and more creative endeavors. And I swear to fucking God, my cat better still be alive. I can't. Nope, we're not going down that rabbit hole. Thank you guys so much for just taking the time to write out comments. So cute. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, or whatever day you're watching this, whatever time you're watching this. I hope you have a week full of love. See you in the next one.